Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me again today. I'll be working on drakon renderer, specifically the part that renders fork, skewer, fork word, and I promised to myself I would start this session by doing something with this type. It is giving me a little bit of a headache, and it forces me to write custom functions like that, as opposed to just having the new type implement the renderer type class. So let's start just with that and let's see where that takes us. Hopefully we can progress further than that. So I hope you have your coffee ready, or tea, or whatever you choose, and let's write some code. Let's push instances a little bit down and types a little bit up. For now, let's ignore this. And let's call this new type a branch. So what I had in mind is to turn this either into a sum of a valent point and a list of skewer blocks. Let's see if this works. Oh yeah, so we need a data constructor. Let's get a good idea for a good name. So I also promised that I would sort out, or at least do some homework with my types that I currently have. I don't think this is the right moment to do so, so I'm just going to do this, provide a data constructor for this second part of the sum. This should work. Oh yeah. Now we have so let's do this. Empty branch and full branch, branch. And now we can specify left and right to be of type branch. And this will break the build big time. So now we can push these types a little bit up. I need to get rid of this automatic indentation. Okay. So this is formatted now. All we have to do now is to provide an implementation of the renderer type class. I don't believe this is going to be massively impactful on the rendering, but I was very much looking forward to writing that code today. This we can reduce. Oh, this is very cool. I nearly forgot about this operator. But we won't need it today. We can also reduce this. This is correct. Empty branch still has a height of 1, and empty branch still has a width of 1. And width is going to be maximum, yeah. So that generates a much more standard code. I still have it. So now we don't need to use this. Render. And we also don't have to use render either. We can just do render. Much more straightforward. So 10 plus minutes into the session, and we still don't have any visual progress, but we do have progress, I believe, when it comes to types. So this I like much more. We have a standard implementation of the renderer, of the width in units, of height in units, the render function. This will probably change, but not right now. Okay, so now we need to proceed to, or I think it would be reasonable to proceed to rendering this. And to render a list of skewer blocks, which I believe we should already have somewhere. We don't need this. We don't need this. Don't need this. Data, let's move up. Now all the types are pretty much in order. these functions we can push over here to join my custom implementation of the rectangle and the custom implementation of hex. We can collapse this and this. This. Oh yeah. It's not looking too bad. Now, I intend to borrow the implementation of skewer blocks rendering from this. I believe there is a function here somewhere that we could extract. All blocks is of type skewer block. No, diagram block. So maybe not. Let's just copy this for now and provide an implementation of render for a full branch. We still need the origin. Because we previously reduced it. So let's bring the pattern matching on the origin back. So if everything goes well, we should be seeing 3 actions under the first question. And we do. Okay, this is good. Big milestone. Now, the tricky bit, let's check the time. we should still have some time. The tricky bit will begin now. And this is to render the second branch of the fork. But I would be lying if I said I didn't enjoy the session today. These blocks are finally, I feel like they are clicking together. The new implementation is clicking together. It's still not perfect. We still need to work a little bit on the types, but I'm having a very good feeling when I work with this. It will probably change. All right. So we have the branch here. Let's check the render of a fork. The R is shifted. Sorry, the R is shifted. What do you mean? The right-hand side branch is shifted. Let's see if we can just add elements to it. Let's add 2 actions. Let's see what happens. And here, let's use 2 actions. Okay, so this is working. Let's use 4 actions. So now the height of the whole diagram should be 14. And the bounding box of this whole fork should be, oh yeah, perfect. This, well, it's perfect. Perfect because we detected a problem. It should be 14. The whole bounding box should be a little bit larger. Yes, so we have this fork overlapping with the next element. So it looks like we have a problem somewhere while calculating the height of a fork. L. Yeah, perfect. So we only take L into consideration. Let's do this. $14, yeah, perfect. Looks good. And now it's looking good. All right, so this was suspiciously easy. One thing that I also had in mind, sort of off camera, was to make the diagram a little bit more presentable for smaller screens. So let's remove these blocks. And also what we should do is, or at least what I would like to do, is to leave some horizontal space in the bounding box. So where we have the instance of render for the terminator, let's do a little test with in units. 0.8. And now we can play a bit with default block width. Let's go with 2. Let's see what happens. So now let's shrink all other elements. Render valence point. We don't render an actual shape within the bounding box, so we can leave this. Render fork. This renders known shapes. So let's do this. 0.8. Question also gets 0.8 width. And I believe that is it. Oh yeah, now we also need to translate it because of our origin. I'm starting to get a bit tired of this rounded rect. Or maybe, let's leave it as it is. I'm tired because it is just working out of the box. Meanwhile, our custom defined implementations of rectangle and hexagon are not. They require a little bit more babysitting, but it's fine. So all we have to do is check where they are and tweak their translations a bit. So since these blocks are not taking the entirety of the bounding box, we'll have to divide that 0.8 into 2. So let's do this. Let's rename this. Oops, sorry. Oh yeah, perfect. Let's rename this to default. Oops, no. which now we'll need. Why did I do this in the first place? Oh yeah, to have some sort of constant for that 0.8. Oh, I think I made a mistake. Yes. Mm-hmm. And now the translations. I think this is good enough. Well, not quite. Is it 1 minus? and the question gets the same treatment. No. It's a 2, okay. I called it ratio myself. So it should be this times the ratio divided by 2. Yeah, it's probably a good sign to start wrapping the session up for today. So at least actions should be rendered correctly now. I think. Right. Excuse me for a second. All right, I'm back. Right. Let's go back to our shapes. And that was 0.2, wasn't it? For actions. Oh, we got the calculations almost right. that is divided by 2. Yes. So let's fix the question. Translation. So now they look nice. So what I'm tempted to do now is to change the left-hand side a little bit, and instead of actions like that, change them to a fork block. That consists of a fork, final part probably is not needed here, but we can fix this some other time. So this should build. Let's see how it renders. If everything goes okay, the right branch of this question should be shifted to the right. And here we should see an empty fork. Kind of excited. All right. So we do see an action. We do see a left branch of an empty fork, but this right-hand side is not shifted. Let's see why that is. Is it because we're shifting it incorrectly? Let's see how fork is getting rendered. Oh yeah, this is why. We should be checking the width in units of L. Okay. So this has nothing. This has nothing, which is correct. This is the bounding box of this fork. So we have an error with the bounding box of this fork. It should span all the way here, but maybe we can correct it now. So just instead of these empty branches, let's do branch, and here let's do two actions on the left and 3 branches on the right. This is shaping up, I like it. All right, this is looking very nice. Now, the bounding box of this fork looks correct, but the bounding box of this fork we should probably fix. So once again, let's check the rendering of this rectangle. Width in units fork. There we go. This is our problem. But I believe we can easily fix it. This is some exciting stuff. So just as we have implemented the height, we can implement the width in a very similar way. Width in units of a question. Or we don't have to even add question. And it's not a maximum. It's a sum of width in units of L plus the width in units of R. We can fix these wordings later. This is looking very well. So we go from title to first action to the first fork. First fork branches here to this one and this one action. These actions end here. First action of the first fork leads to second fork. Left branch of that fork has 2 actions. The right-hand side branch of that fork has 3 actions. They lead here to the final action. And that is it, I believe. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this. Let's wrap it up here for today. Very, very, very pleased with the outcome today. It looks like the graph positions its icons on its own. Now we'll be moving on to connecting these steps, but that's in future sessions. Yeah, that is really good, even if I do say so myself. Right, let's wrap it up here for today. Thank you very much for your attention today, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.